I am well aware that there are mixed feelings surrounding Michigan football right now, but one thing that I don't think you can be both objective about and mixed about is Michigan's future at quarterback with Bryce Underwood. Underwood is a true freshman, 6'4", 228 pounds. And has he been perfect? No. Has he been elite? And is he a Heisman caliber quarterback right now? No. Before we resume this segment, some great and free ways to support this channel are liking the video, watching it all the way through, commenting your thoughts down below. I love to hear your analysis, sharing the video, subscribing to the channel, and also hitting the notification bell. That way you can get notified when we go live or release new content. And don't just hit the notification bell for the channel. That's very helpful. But what's also helpful and free and useful to you, if you are a diehard fan of a specific team and want to get notifications whenever I make content about a specific team, not just my content in general, well, we have playlists for every Power 4 college football team, so the notification bell on any of those playlists you are interested in. If you want to support the channel financially, there are ways to do so in the description, and you can sign up as a paid member. But he has been amongst one of the best true freshmen in the country so far, and could end the season as the best. He has that potential. He is making some throws and decisions and runs and plays that are just very impressive, and even some senior quarterbacks can't make, whether or not their style of play is like Underwood's, regardless of whether they're a pro style or dual threat or somewhere in between. He's made some very impressive throws. His throws have different layers to them. He can throw off platform. You clearly see the arm strength. Through 3 games, he's only completing 57.5% of his throws, but I want to give grace to him as he faced a very tough, possibly elite Oklahoma defense. Could be the best defense that Michigan's going to face on their schedule. His receivers, we all know Michigan has limitations there, and while their tight ends are good, ultimately, as I think Ohio State has shown, having an elite wide receiver is usually more useful than an elite tight end, unless that elite tight end is Brock Bowers or maybe Tyler Warren. He's also averaging 7.8 yards per pass attempt with 2 touchdowns, an interception, a 75.7 QBR, which is rather impressive. On top of that, he has 2 rushing touchdowns, and he really hasn't been running that much. The staff, I think, opened up the playbook, and Underwood had some creative runs against a bad opponent, some improvised, some schemed up against Central Michigan. I really like the future that Underwood has at Michigan, because I know that if Michigan is as good as FPI says they are, 10th in America, and there is a good shot at that, if Michigan is as good as their odds to win the Big Ten championship are, in which they are still 4th, or maybe USC has passed them, but I think last time I checked, Michigan barely edged out USC there at 4th. I think Michigan, with the money they have, will spend in the transfer portal to get wide receivers, to get upgraded weapons on offense, and defenses too as needed. Michigan has been recruiting well. I think that while this current Michigan staff is unproven and not elite like the 2022, 2023, and 2021 staffs were, I think that this staff does have some good members to it. And based on what I've seen, there has been some semblance of development at tight end. I would say that some of the tackle play Michigan's had this year is better than it was last year. Parts of the defense are better. We'll see how it evolves. Michigan's only 3 games in. They open up Big Ten play against Nebraska this weekend on a 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. It's going to be a very key game for Michigan. I think that Underwood is going to play in that game better than he did against Oklahoma. He'll play at a higher level there. He's not facing the same caliber of defense, but I think more importantly than that, his first road start is out of the way. So this is his second, and I think he will learn from that. He is an intelligent quarterback. He's shown signs as a freshman of being able to progress through reads. Not saying he's perfect at that. He missed some wide open players because he didn't progress through his reads all the time against Oklahoma. But he's progressing through his reads. He knows when to make an improvisational play. He knows when not to. Is he perfect again? No. Like, he had that interception that was pretty bad against Central Michigan. But you want him to work through those things. You want to give him the keys to the offense. You want him against these inferior opponents, such as New Mexico and Central Michigan, to fling it around to get him comfortable. It's not like Underwood is a experienced senior, such as Drew Aller, where you can probably hide some stuff, or Georgia with Gunnar Stockton, where they definitely hid some things from Tennessee entering that game, and they trusted him with that. Underwood is young enough where the more snaps, reps, and throws you can get him, the better. And you're seeing it with his athletic profile, the speed, the height, the weight, the fact that against Central Michigan, he looked honestly like a running back when he ran the football. He has that vision, that great ball carrier vision. His skill set's incredible. If Michigan can win this year and recruit at a high level and pay players, if they can improve in some certain staff areas, which I think they have with Chip Lindsey at offensive coordinator compared to the previous disaster in Kirk Campbell, I like where Michigan's going. I think that Underwood is their future, and as long as they can maintain their identity on defense, improve on the offensive line, and I think that Michigan's pass protection's been better than it was last year. Run blocking, we'll have to see. They got owned against Oklahoma there, but I also think Oklahoma has the best defensive line they'll play all season long. Ohio State may have a better defense than Oklahoma. I don't think they have a better defensive line than Oklahoma does. Just looking at the size, looking at the athletic profile, at the grades that the players received last year. And yeah, I don't think there's much debate there. There's strong debate that I think leans toward Ohio State as to the quality of defense that Michigan will play this year, but Oklahoma has the best defensive line they'll play all season long. I don't think there's much of a doubt about that. Nonetheless, there's a lot of questions surrounding Michigan, but the fact that Underwood is layering throws, he's confident. I don't think the Oklahoma game broke him as the preseason hype did Manning, or as lack of practice or some of these early starts may have for DJ Lagway. He's very confident, and maybe there's a little bit of arrogance to it, but I don't think that he believes as of right now that he is this, unstoppable force and capable of making mistakes, and he gets shell-shocked when he makes a mistake. I think that he is good for Michigan. I think that as long as Michigan utilizes him the way they did against CMU and they try to translate that into bigger games, if they can, they roll with it. If they can't, they still try to make it so that he can make some downfield plays or that he can be involved in a key way and not just take him out of the game. I think then Michigan will be good for him. I love what I'm seeing out of Underwood so far through 3 games. I said in the preseason that there was a good chance he would give Michigan a similar impact that Jeremiah Smith gave Ohio State. Don't quite know how that will age yet. Obviously, I think that even if Underwood at quarterback was as good as Jeremiah Smith was as a true freshman, it would not be guaranteed that Michigan would win it all, because Ohio State's roster last year is much better than this Michigan roster, if we're just being honest about that. But a similar impact in the sense that without him, there could be very different results in the season. I think that take could age well. I think that if Michigan were to have Davis Warren here, you'd be staring down the barrel of another 7-5 year, maybe 6-6, maybe 8-4. You would not be able to win 10 games or maybe even 11 games if you had Underwood. You would have no hope of reaching the college football playoff if not for him at quarterback. Love what I'm seeing out of him so far. I don't really have anything else to say outside of how I'm excited to see how he performs against Big Ten defenses, because that will be a different test. But again, thankfully, he has already played Oklahoma in week 2, and I think him and the offensive staff have learned something from that matchup. Thank you so much for watching this segment on College Football with Sam. Before we close out here, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video around, comment your thoughts and analysis down below so I can read them and reply to them if I have the time. Members get priority replies, but I try to reply to everyone. And also hit the notification bell for the channel and also for any team playlists you are interested in. If you want to support the channel financially, you can always super chat me in the comments section, but I prefer that you sign up as a paid member of the Patreon page or as a YouTube member, or that you can purchase some wonderful merchandise to represent us. I'll see you all soon and have a fantastic day.